Yay! Round 3 against Geometry. Who's playing last? Alright. Hello, good luck, Geometry. Yeah, we're keeping it. We got our Pontiff for a little bit late. We had an early Metropolis Sprite and a launch party. No. I'm not gonna mold a 6. Thanks, Geometry, for the hello, good luck. Let's get underway here. Try to win some packs. Alright. What do I want to be drawing into? My 4 drops. Alright, Geometry's thinking hard about whether to mull. We know Geometry's here. Alright. Boom. We'll play Mountain next, just so we have the most available mana. Don't really care much about a bunch of islands here, because we can do that later. Anyway. Hey, an Ogre Jailbreaker. That will be good. Exactly what I was asking for. A 4-drop. Oh, Install Identity. That means I'm going to want to protect Metropolis Sprite a little bit more than I normally would. Do a little pump action. We don't have any 3-drops, so bummer for us, but hey. We got our Jailbreaker coming down soon, and then if we just get to our late game, we got some pretty awesome dudes here. Alright, and my opponent's kind of going the slower of the routes, which is fine. Go ahead and attack here. Oops. Get our Jailbreaker down. Now we have some real pressure going on. And let's see, now that you've ramped into something, anything scary? You have 5 mana, 6 cards in hand. What you got, Geometry? Mr. Mouth Whiz. Ooh, far and away. Yep, that's a good one. That's a bummer. But hey, at least we get to replay a couple dudes. We'll go ahead and start off with the Screecha. We can play our Sprite with some Extort. Oh, far and away. Pretty good card. Got my Ogre Jailbreaker. Ooh, and I punched the enemy. Hey, I got my own punched enemy. Wish I had one more land, but that's okay. We'll just dink away here. For 2 a turn. And we'll punish, hopefully, something with that's not awesome. I think we'll hang on to our punished enemy for something a little more important to my opponent's game plan, although it only does 3, it doesn't do a whole lot. Well, we'll run you out. We'll attack in. I'll keep Launch Party up. I'm barely winning this race. Again, I don't want to Launch Party my Metropolis Sprite. But since I do have the Pontiff coming down soon, looks like we'll... Ooh, Disapproach. I do have 2 creatures in my graveyard. I'm trying to decide, do I want to Launch Party it here now? I think for value, I do. Because we got 6 drops coming down in the next couple of turns, and I have a Punch the Enemy for later, so... We'll kill you. I gotta sacrifice you. Ogre Jailbreaker, but you got Defender. Unlike me. Ooh, and Devour Flesh. Yeah, presumably there'll be better creatures coming down for my opponents. So while my opponent's pretty much tapped out, we'll get our Pontiff on. then we have some removal spells back up. I wonder if I want to put Stolen Identity on Pontiff of Blight. It gets blocked very easily. Oh, here comes a Void Wielder. Okay. My opponent's starting to get back in the game. Ooh, Duskmantle Seer. That is going to do a lot for us. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus we have our Devour Flesh up. Yeah, I think we just keep hitting in the air here. Devour Flesh is just getting worse and worse, and my opponent's just going to gain 4 life from it, from like a Void Wielder, so whatevs. But it'll at least get rid of the Void Wielder. But maybe I don't want my opponent to gain that life, because Duskmantle Seer will just kind of be pinging it enough. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do the Devour Flesh. I'll keep it up in case for some reason I need it, but I think being 8 ahead in this race, the card draw, and having our flyer, our Duskmantle Seer, is going to be pretty awesome. I'm not excited if my opponent plays a gate here. I still think I just take 5 and swing back for 4, being this far ahead. But it's not going to be particularly amazing. Yes, I will take my 1. Ooh, Explosive Impact. Yeah, I don't think I have much choice about it. The question is now, do I Devour Flesh? Yeah, might as well. Maybe I just gained myself that much life. I could totally do that, just gain 4 life. Nah. We'll let my opponent gain 4 and get rid of one of his guys. It was an interesting play, though, to consider. I can only imagine Void Wielder's going away. It's only 1 point of damage. And I have to presume that there are gates in my opponent's deck, and Geometry's not playing Jailbreaker just as a 4/4 defender. Interesting. Good removal, though. Far and away, punish the enemy, Death's Approach, Explosive Impact. So, questionable decisions. Should I have launched Party when I did? Should I have done that Devour Flesh? These are all things to be considering. Alright, we'll rock out our Pontiff again. Doorkeeper. At least get an Extort trigger. Okay, so that's not a gate land. I'm happy for that. Goblin Rally. That's interesting. That would be good with Pontiff now, wouldn't it? Alrighty. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2. I think I care more about extorting right about now. We'll save Stolen Identity for one of our evasion creatures. So, we'll go and... actually, I need a little more swamp action than anything else, right? Although it doesn't matter because I'm not playing it. Am I now? And by it, I mean Doorkeeper. Because we're just going to get more extorts out of it later. Yeah, so that's our plan right now. Play the extort game. You can start eating some goblin dudes. And then we'll play a doorkeeper, extort twice. Whatever other spells we have, we'll start extorting. And the like. Gosh, this guy's removal is insane. Can't do anything about that. There goes all my extort. That's a bummer. I wish I had my doorkeeper out now. Now what's he got? Punish the enemy? Gosh. Interesting. My opponent has found ways to deal with every single threat I've pulled out here, so that's not awesome. We'll play doorkeeper and pass the turn. I'm really not excited to punish a goblin token. So I probably won't. Probably just do it to the face more than anything else. Yeah, as of right now, it's just about staying alive. And punish the enemy will help me do that as needed. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7 piece of removal. Dang. I can still cash in this Clueston whenever my opponent wants. It's gonna be a little hard because we need a creature that can start picking these guys off, but with how low our life is, that can prove an issue. Oh, well, it's summoning sickness, so I was kind of okay in there, but definitely be more careful about that. Hopefully this with Stolen Identity will get things going finally. We'll see what other removal my opponent has, but if I can get Stolen Identity this turn and start making Ogre Jailbreakers, should be in okay shape. Keep Punish the Enemy up as backup again. The 3 life is actually going to be very important. I think. We'll see. So this is going to put us down to 5. Transguild Promenade, not a gate, so I'm not quite as scared. We will block accordingly. Take 2. Yes. And that is why Blood Rush cannot always be amazing. Now I feel like I got my value out of Punish the Enemy. That makes me much happier. And the Guild Mage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus we will pump once. If there's a removal spell, I'm kind of hosed, but gotta do what I gotta do. So, copy of target artifact creature. We're gonna take a Jailbreaker. And hopefully we'll get another one very shortly. Because an army of 4/4s would be nice. Yes. I'm going to encode it onto my Metropolis Sprite. Then I want to attack with it. More removal? Because you got a lot of it. Yay! You like trickery? Alright. Hopefully this will start getting us there. Watch, this Transguild Promenade will tap down into a green, and there'll be a Putrefy. Yeah, I think my opponent's missing some gates. That's how it would seem to me. So, what do we do? Do we just attack in with both our Jailbreakers? Why don't we start with... So attacking with a Jailbreaker probably does a trade. I mean, I do have to figure out on the swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, I mean, 5 plus any kind of something starts getting bad. So I do just want to kind of play conservatively. Maybe bash 2 in the air. I'm happy with 3 blockers against this, so I will bash in with my Ogre Jailbreaker. That is what I will do. And then what am I doing with my cards in hand? I think we'll get our 1, 2, yeah, we're good with that. We'll attack here. Probably a trade, not too sure. I want to remember the Smelt Ward Gatekeepers are here for our next game, because that could have definitely gotten us with this life total. Could have for sure gone there. Surprised my opponent isn't blocking. That is very odd. It'd be nice to get this before, but unfortunately that ain't going down. Play a Cluestone. Is there any reason to have Dusk Mantle guy out? Not really. So now my opponent's going to start drawing. Actually, maybe I do, because a Blood Rush or something that I don't block does get there. Let's hope that does not bite me in the butt in the near future. I'm definitely sacrificing this Cluestone, though, instead of milling my opponent. Because my opponent has to have the answer here and kill me now. Or maybe get a flyer or something going. Yep, that's a flyer, alright. So that helps. And a Cluestone, okay. That's probably it, yeah. We'll draw our card, which was a whiff, a Rue, and then a Lobber Crew. Alright, do I just want to keep the board stalled right now? I mean, I can start with my opponent for 4. That's a 4-turn clock, right? Yeah, I think we'll just do that. Go there. Play this guy. We'll save Duskmantle Gilgate for next turn. And then we're going to start milling. My opponent probably... My opponent attacks here, I'm not blocking, because I'm assuming my opponent won't have another flyer. If that does end up being the case, then yeah, I went down to 4, and then there's another flyer, and then I'm a little worried. But I think the likelihood of that is pretty small. So we're going to go bet on that. I'm sure my opponent's just trying to think if there's any way to get these last points of damage in. Tap down creatures, or, you know, all creatures can't block. That would do it, alright. That certainly would do it. That's what I live in fear of right now. So far, not happening. Interesting. So my opponent's going for it. Alrighty. We will declare our blockers. Here, 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 and here. Let's see. If that happens, and my opponent has Blood Rush, then I could lose. But if this goes down, I can still attack in with lethal. Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and block. This will still be lethal. What you got? Draw another card. Okay. So that's that. And now I'm going to mill my opponent a wee bit. We have ooh. I think I'll go ahead and see how the randomization works. If my opponent draws a 6-drop, that's that. That was close. Super close. Whoa. There's a 6 right there, wasn't it? Oh, what did he pick? Yeah. Huh. Oh, won the game. Yeah. Sorry, for some reason I thought that was a concede. No, yeah, my opponent got it. There you go. Blast of Genius, sneaking it out. Definitely glad I blocked, because that made Blast of Genius have to hit one of the 6-drops there. So my opponent has just tons of removal and then 6-drops. Let's see. So we're jumping back to the glider here. A little more resilient. Some of the air pieces. What don't I like? I think I like all this. Possibly Mind Rot again, since my opponent's just playing 20 bazillion 6-drops and is really just trying to like stay alive and get his big dudes down. So I think I do like this over, say, Doorkeeper. Doorkeeper was kind of okay in that deck. And I think the Detrimental Guildmage is my weakest card. These guys, the little 1/2 flyers aren't awesome, but they're evasive, they can do some pings, and the Extort or the Pump, the 2 in the air, along with, launching them later or getting a still identity on them, I think is better than just this 2/2 that I'm never going to be doing the abilities with. So, yeah, we're going to go there. Would you like to play first? No. This is hard. My opponent doesn't do a whole lot, but if my opponent does have any kind of pressure, then I'm in trouble. Oh look, another one of these hands. We're going to see if this works out better for me this time. We shall see. But I do think it was the correct decision last time to keep my 2-drop in all lands, considering what the opponents are doing in this format and what my deck's doing. So just hopefully we won't flood out quite as bad. That's kind of the idea here. Hey, see, there's a card. That's at least something. Gets something going. Skill game might be a while before we play it, but we'll see. Hey, it's pretty alright too. I might have wanted to not play that and played, I don't know, just since they have these double color spells coming up, might have needed to care about that. We shall see. Dust Mantle Seer does seem really good against my opponent, although it will probably just end up being a removal spell target. But if my opponent doesn't have something, then Dust Mantle Seer with so many large drops should be pretty awesome. Alright, 5Zs, what you got? Corpse Blockade. Okay, I am okay with that. Alright, so do we hold Dust Mantle Seer? I mean, my opponent has so much removal, I just can't play around it. Just at this point, it's like, alright, use it up, and let's see who's lucky enough to have which first. In the meantime, we'll just ping away. Luckily, some of the removal pieces that we saw didn't matter against the Seer. And this is great because we will, at the very least, have one go at our Seer. We get Devour Flesh, he gets a Clue Stone. So Devour Flesh is basically going to suck here. But that's okay. What are we playing? What are we playing? Another Metropolis Sprite? Yeah, Metropolis Sprite does block one of the goblins. That'll be cool. If that's the case, do I just want to extort? Yeah, because I'm not going to be pumping it. So you've got to extort play as you go. Like, yep, that's the game plan right now. Player Sprite, pay 1. Okay. It goes down. I actually need to keep the Screecher back on D. No, I'm ahead. We'll keep bashing in. Yeah, because we're only taking 2 following turn. My opponent really needs a removal spell for Seer, which my opponent has. Just maybe not in hand, it would seem. Nope, does have it. Alrighty. So hopefully it got us far enough ahead already that we can start getting there a little bit more. So if I do 1, 2, 3 points of damage down to 5, we can do Devour Flesh with an Extort. Not awesome, but Devour Flesh is only going to be getting a goblin anyway, so yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, and then we'll pass the turn. Alrighty. We're definitely going to be launch partying away the Skywatch here. And then that gets us 1, 2, 3. I mean, just really close to lethal. And I think we just keep our flyers because that's how we're going to win. So we're going to kill you. And we're going to sacrifice our Doorkeeper. Pay Extort. And interestingly enough, I do believe Devour Flesh will kill my opponent before the life gain happens. Right? Yeah, good. I thought that was the case. I was not 100% confident about that. Hey, Nibby. I would love for you to get online. This is kind of the deck to have. Oh, maybe not. With all that removal, bud. Playing against so much removal. Which actually makes me realize maybe Stolen Identity isn't amazing. Let me think about that. I think the flyers are key in this matchup. My opponent can gum up the board pretty well on the ground. Having flyers are pretty awesome, and because I think Stolen Identity is even less awesome than our Skyline Predator. Yeah, getting it going on that first game was pretty fun, but that was only because my opponent had removed every major bomb that I had in my deck already. So getting this 3-4 down is going to be cool. And I wanted to be a 3-4 over my Zanarchy Locus because now we've seen the 3-3 on the opposite side of the table. These will be a little bit stronger, being able to match up. And I think we're just going to try to win the air. Yeah, I like that game plan. So Geometry wants to play last, don't we all? I have a 2-drop, my Duskmantle Seer. But again, I think the way I win is by casting spells, but this time we're on the play. I'm going down against my opponent's card. Yeah, I'm not going to mull this time. I think there will be time to draw into the rest of our cards, and I think that's going to be better than being so far on card advantage. And hey, how about that? Yeah, we still want to get our 2-drop down first before Rakdos Gate, because we don't have a 3 anyway at the moment. So that just might be what we're doing. If we had a more aggressive build, then we could really be punishing our opponent, because my opponent does nothing for like 3 or 4 turns. Windrake. Yes. The air hath come. Well, here we go again. I think the odds are in my favor with Duskmantle Seer, considering just how much my opponent has in the 6-drop category. But does my opponent have one of the many rules? Yep, Dreadbore again and again. Gotta love that interaction. The rares duke it out. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Void Wielder. I mean, I want to kill the Windrake, so I think I just punish it, right? Again, the game plan is to win in the air. We're definitely playing you, and I'm definitely playing a spell this turn. Yeah, I think the Void Wielder we wait on. I really do. And there's another one. I could bash in, but that 1 point of damage is basically the same as if I'm playing if I were to Void Wielder and bounce and then attack. It's the same 1 point of damage as if with Extort. So this way I just have more extort capabilities coming through. Yep, here comes the far and away. Knew that was a possibility. Oh, gotta sacrifice you. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we just get the Skyline Predator down. It maximizes our mana. Yeah, I think that's what I want. My main worry is being this far behind, and then my opponent, again, being on the all removal deck, being able to yeah, just take everything out here. Explosive impact, boom. See? If I was more ahead on board, then it wouldn't be as big of an issue. So maybe it is just time to Void Wielder. No, actually, let's go ahead and do a Lobber Crew, as well as a Metropolis Sprite, which I'm just going to have trade off with the Gargoyle. We're playing pings at this point, but I think pings will matter. Especially with our next blocker up. Okay. Clue Stone. That'll help my opponent draw into some more stuff. Goblin Rally. Luckily, I have some cards that don't care much about Goblin Rally. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think we just run our hand out here. Not entirely awesome, but kind of needed. And again, I do just want to be maximizing. Yeah, I want to use it. My mana each turn. That's pretty much it. There we go. So we're at parity on board. My opponent has way more cards in hand and the bigger late game, I would believe. Let's see what my opponent. Definitely trying to dig here. Ooh, Frostbite Weird. Love that card. Alright, so that's not doing anything for us. Do I attack in the air? Yeah, because my opponent wants to bash in. It's going to be... Looks, my opponent can attack in with the Frostburn Weird. Then I have to... We're gonna keep this game going. I'm attacking in the air. We're a little bit ahead on the race, so I'll just take some hits from Frostburn Weird. So we're doing 3 turn, my opponent can do 4 turn. I just don't want to trade the Void Wielder off for the Weird, because the Void Wielder can just eat these guys as of right now. And then basically I want Niv Mizzet. I really want Niv Mizzet. That would be cool. Although there's probably a removal spell for it. How many creatures do I have in my graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't quite kill Niv Mizzet. You guys pretty darn close. Yeah, like I said, I'm not blocking the Frostburn. Yes, pump. Oh, I'm at 4 minutes. I gotta be careful here. That was definitely an unfortunate draw. We will block Frostborn Weird now. that is fine. We'll do a double block, and yeah. See if we can't stabilize in some way. Cyclonic Rift would be pretty cool. We definitely have a number of cool draws. It's really who gets the big haymaker first down. My opponent has another punished enemy, so that's scary. And we're gonna do the double block. If we do that, I mean, at least they trade that way. I don't want to do a double block and then him not pump, and then I just take 3 damage. So I think I have to do that. There's probably a Blood Rush or something here. Yeah, exactly. There's a Blood Rush. Although I'm glad it's taken out my Lobber Crew more than anything else. Yeah, that Frostborn weird means his clock is much better than mine. In 3 minutes, can I pull out of this? If Frosty attacks, definitely putting the Void Wielder in front of it. Glad that there is no gates on my opponent's side. This is very good, but still not something that we can be doing to win the game. So we're just gonna have to take the time. See if we can't get some blowout of some sort. Okay. Go here and here. See what my opponent does. Yep. 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 Could have waited maybe right after the pump, but I didn't want to get any shenanigans going down, so that's fine. And we'll go ahead and play a land, because why not? Ooh, it's going to be a bummer. Here goes my Sage's Row. I'm going to take some points here. Pretty much have to do that. Yeah, that is not awesome. Put a blocker here, put a blocker there. Could have probably switched that around just to protect my guys, because then there's a better ratio of what's happening in terms of abilities. In case there's something here. Yeah. Nivi. Mind Rot. I don't think that matters, but there you go. Ooh. The opponent's gotta know I have nothing here. GG. Good game. Boom. Well, that was super fun, down to the wire. But alas, that means we're out of the major prize points. Next round we'll hopefully get some packs back to us. Round 4, coming up next.